So today's session is about the introduction to management, meaning, definition, nature, and scope of the management. So before going to the definition, let's talk about what is management. What is management? Management is the art of getting things done through and with the people in formally organized group. So management is an art. So what is art here? Management is an art because management principles learned in theory must be put to practice. Applied with creativity, the manager can identify areas he or she needs to develop. And here, art refers to personal and skillful application of existing knowledge to achieve desired results. It can be acquired through continuous practice, creativity, personal observation, and experience. And now we are knowing what is an art. So here, art art is creativity that making the things done with the people and through the people in a formally organized group. What is formally organized group here? Organized group go with some rules and regulations in such a manner that it follows the norms and ethics of an organization. So here, who are the people? People are the employees, and the organization is getting their things or goals achieved with their employees and through their employees here. Now we discussed about the management is an art, and also management is a process of planning, organizing, directing, and controlling the organizational resources for attaining organizational goals. So here we talk in detail about the terms used here. Management is a process of what? Planning, organizing, directing, and controlling. And what is planning here? Planning is a detailed proposal for doing or achieving something. It means designing or making a plan of something to be made or built. So here it is known as planning. So what is organizing? Organizing is arranging something systematically or orderly. And directing, what is directing here? Directing is a process or technique of instructing, guiding, inspiring, counseling, and leading people towards the achievement of organizational goals. And what is controlling here? A process of assessing the organization's progress towards accomplishing its goals. Here, let's take an example. So, we had a project, and first we need to focus on the project. The first step, how to make a project, is done with the proper planning. Proper planning is designing or of a detailed proposal of the project. And the next thing is organizing. So we had planned, and the next step is organizing the plan, putting the plan into a systematic order, or arranging the plan in a systematic order. And the next step is directing. What is directing here? Directing is guiding the employees, or instructing the employees what to do and when to do and how to do. And what is controlling here? Controlling is the process of assessing the organizational progress towards accomplishing the goals. So controlling here is the making the goals done in a proper manner. And uh, and here in controlling, it's a method that can be used to make sure the standards of the organizing and directing can be done in the proper manner. So that method is known as controlling to achieve the organizational goals. So here, everything which are done by using the organizational resources contains the human and also the artificial resources. For attaining the organizational goal, our goal is to complete the project in a limited budget with the proper planning, organizing, directing, and controlling. And this process is done by using the organizational resources. So here we had discussed what is management, and also what is the process of management. And here we are done with the management meaning, and next step we are talking about the definition of management. In the previous explanation, we had already discussed about the meaning of the management. Now we are discussing about the definition of the management. The management gurus had given a lot of management definitions, but here we have taken only the two authors' definition. So the first one is according to the Williams Perigal. Williams Perigal is one of the author, and the second one is Joseph Massey. The first definition we discuss about is given by the Williams Perigal. So here the management is that function of an enterprise which concerns itself with the direction and control of the various activities to attain the business objective. Here the term function of an enterprise. So what is an enterprise? Enterprise means a business or a company. So function of an enterprise. So what are the functions the enterprise go with? The enterprise go with certain functions like planning, organizing, directing, and controlling. But here he specified only about the direction and the control. So here the direction and the control. So we had already discussed the process of directing, controlling, and planning in the previous explanation. So what is direction we discussed? Direction is the plan which we made, and the organizing in a systematic order, that is directing to the people. Who are the people here? People are the employees. Directing means guiding and instructing them to work with a systematic order, and encouraging them to achieve the organizational goals. So here the controlling, the three main process of the functions, process of the management, those are planning, organizing, directing. Those are controlled with some of the rules and regulations, and those standards are maintained in the process of control. So here we are cleared about the direction and the control. So the activities of the various activities. So what are the various activities? Activities are the things done by the employees by using the organizational resources. Organizational resources are included by the human resources and the artificial resources. So these activities are done to achieve or to attain the business objective. First, the same explanation here, he had only mentioned the direction and control. So first, the business objective is achieved with some of the functions of an enterprise, functions of a business or an organization that concerns itself with the direction and the control. Direction and the control are the functions of the management, and of the various activities which are done by the employees to achieve the business objectives. So we are cleared with this definition given by the Williams Perigal. So now we are discussing about the definition given by the Joseph Massey. Joseph Massey had given management is the process by which a cooperative group directs action towards a common goal. So here let's talk about the another term here, cooperative group. Cooperation means they are coordinating with each other, they are discussing the things with each other. So here the cooperative group means people are together in an organized manner. Then organized group is also known as a cooperative group that directs an action. Action means here they are working. Action is working towards a common goal. The common goal, nothing but the business objective or the business goal. There is a goal, and this cooperative group is performing an action to achieve the goal. So here we are clear about the two definitions given by the Williams Perigal and Joseph Massey. So here the same thing, to achieve the business objectives um, of of um, of an enterprise, which concerns with some of the functions like directing and controlling and performing the various objectives or various activities to attain the business objective. So we are done with the definition of management, and next we are talking about the nature and scope of the management. Now let's discuss about the nature of the management. The various contributions to the field of management have changed its nature from merely a practice to science. It means the past centuries have been practicing the management like Egyptian civilization or the Indus Valley civilization. Our ancestors have been practicing this management, but now it had developed into science. It means now we are having the concepts, proofs, research, and also the conceptual understanding. So here let's talk about the first point in the nature of the management. Management is in multidisciplinary nature. So let's split the point into two. First is multi and second is disciplinary. So what is mean by discipline? Discipline here means subjects. It is involving in the various subjects. That means the subjects like psychology, sociology, anthropology, and some of the subjects like history, statistics. So all these subjects have been dragged, some of the ideas are dragged into this management, some of the new ideas are drawn from these subjects, so that it is known as multidisciplinary in nature. The second point is the dynamic nature of principles. What is meant by dynamic nature of principles? It is changing. The principles are changing according to the environmental conditions of the business. That means the principles are the fundamental truths which are changing as per the needs of the organization and the business objectives. So dynamic in nature means it is changing. So the third point is relative, not absolute principles. Like every organization are having the principles. So the principles here are, as I have told here, they are required as per the needs. They are molded as per the objectives of the organizations or the goals of the organization. So the principles are here are common, and every organization is following different principles according to their objectives. Like some of the organization want to maximize their profits, and some of the organization have wants to create the brand. So it is vary. Some of organization wants to increase their shares. So it is not absolute. So relatively it is changing as per the needs. So the fourth point is management is both art and science. So as I have told here, science, what is science? The science involving the research and the proofs and also concepts and the theory. And also art. What is art here? Art is getting the things done with the people with the creative and innovative ideas. So it is an art. So some of the functions like planning, organizing, staffing, controlling, all these things are done with the new ideas. New and creative ideas are only done with the creative mind. So it's an art to create. And the fifth point is management is a universal phenomenon. So management is followed by everyone in this world. So every organization and every individual is performing their activities in their own way. So here the principles, as we have discussed, the principles varies from the organization to organization, individual to individual. So now let's take an example. So the management is a universal phenomenon. As we have discussed, management is followed by our ancestors and everywhere. So in our own house we are following the managing, we are managing the house, and we are following the management principles according to the needs of our house, home needs, and also the things which are involved in home. And organization principles are different here. So it is a universal phenomenon, but not absolute principles are to be followed. So we are done with the nature of management, and let's go with the scope of the management. Now let's talk about the scope of the management. The management scope is broader in nature. The scope of management can be understood with the help of the following. Let's understand these 3 points to make clear about the scope of the management. So the first point is economic resources. So here the resources, the economic resources which are involved, the factors of the management, and also the M's of the management. So the first, let's talk about the factors of the management. As we all know, the 3 factors which are involved in an organization are land, labor, and capital. With these 3 factors of the management and optimum utilization of these 3 resources can leads to the profit maximization and achieving the organizational goals, and also to make clear about the objectives of an organization. And also let's talk about the M's of the management. The first M is men is one of the major management resource involved in the organization, and the employees are the main resource. The human resource is the main resource of the management, and the material which is considered as the input of an organization. And the money which we use is also considered as the important resource of an organization, and the machinery which is involved, and the management. So optimum utilization of these resources can lead to the profit maximization. So here let's talk about the second point, that is the system of authority. What is the system of authority? It is the main function of an management to frame the goals, objectives, and policies for the organization management. System of authority is rule making and rule enforcing. What is rule making here? The management is making the rules of an organization to be followed by the employees, and also it is rule enforcing. Rule enforcing is which is enforcing the rule, and which is the rule which they made is applied by the employees. What? Management is also a network of relationships, superiors and subordinates, where people are integrated through authority relationships. So here the system of authority is the authority is making the rules, and authority is directing the managers to run the management in a proper and systematic manner. So the last point here is class in the society. So according to sociologists, management has its own value system and the value in the society. These values, like these classes in the societies, are the business today are being operated by class of people who contributed greatly to the success of a business. So here the scope of the management is involved in the 3 points, that is economic resources, the system of authority, and the class in the society. I hope the scope of the management is clear for you all. So we have done with the 4 points here, and the 4 concepts like introduction of management, definition of management, nature and scope of the management. And thank you.